Hey everyone, wanted to take just a moment to go through the Greek alphabet to show you how to write these. It'll be more helpful when we get to Hebrew, but I think it might be a help to get a step to closer to being able to write these yourself. So without any further ado, I'm going to make this short. I'm going to show you. So going into alpha is just a capital A, pretty simple. Lowercase, you're just going to kind of make almost like the little ichthus, the Jesus fish, but you're not going to cover off the end of it. Beta, capital B. The lowercase is you're going to start from below the line and come up and do a B that comes around like that. So it looks like the capital B, but it starts the little line that goes below right here. It's going to be important for a few different letters. Gamma, you're just going to do a line down and a line across. There's going to be a Hebrew letter that looks almost exactly like this later. And then gamma is going to go below the line, almost like the alpha, but below, kind of turned and below. Delta, simple, triangle, and then just a D with a little curly Q on the end right here. Almost like a music note of sorts. Epsilon, capital E, and then the lowercase is like a backwards 3. All right, simple enough. Zeta, capital Z, simple enough. And this one, the lowercase is the trickier one. It's going to have like a little kind of loop here, and then you're going to make a cap, almost like a capital C. That's just going to turn back underneath like that. It's kind of a funny looking letter. And then your eta is capital H, and then basically making a cursive N that the second part goes below the line and kind of curls out like that. So it looks like an N, but it's pronounced like a long E, which would be an obey, an A sound. And then you've got your theta, which is going to have a capital O. It's going to have like a little tiny H here in the middle, almost, if you want to think about it that way. And then the lowercase theta is just a smaller one that's just going to have a full line through. Lowercase theta, TH sound. Iota, simple, capital I. Lowercase I with like a little tail on it, but no dot. No dots on the iota. Kappa, capital K, lowercase k. Very, very simple. Lambda, you're going to have just almost like an upside down V, and then the lowercase is going to be like a little squiggly like this. Looks like a little snake, and you kind of turn it into a table, or I guess like a standing, stair or something like that. And mu is going to be an uppercase M, and then the lowercase, it's going to look like a U, almost like a cursive U. You start below the line, come up, and then make a U. But that it's key that this goes below the line. And then you're going to have the news, capital N, simple enough. And then the lowercase just looks like a V. Just draw a V, but it's actually an N sound. The Xi is going to be just this. You're going to have like a little upper and a little lower and do a line through it. That one's pretty simple. But this is probably the trickiest letter. Is just like the zeta, but it's going to have a double loop at the top and your capital C and then curl under. So you're going to have that double loop where the zeta only has the one loop. Omicron is super simple. Capital O, lowercase o. Pi, we all know that one. Just a large pi and a small pi. Pretty simple. Rho, even though it's not a P, just make a capital P and make a lowercase p for rho. Pretty simple there. Sigma looks like an E, but it's going to have angles to it. And it doesn't look like the eta. It's going to have those angles to it. And the sigma, the lower one, I like to start and kind of make a backward circle and make a little hat on it. And you can do it whichever way. You can go the opposite way too if you want. But the other one, if it's remember, at the end of a word, it looks like an S, but it goes below the line. The other one stay on the line, but that one goes below the line. Tau, capital T, lowercase t, but don't make it go above. It's just like a lowercase t with a line on the top. And then your upsilon is going to just be a capital Y. You can keep it simple at that. And then a lowercase u. It's fine. And then your phi, which is going to be your PH sound, you're going to do a circle or an O with a capital I through it. If that's the easiest way to think about it. An O with a capital I written through it. And the other one is just going to be, you're going to do a circle and do a line down through it that way. Okay? Pretty simple. Just do a circle with a single line down through it. You're not going to do the capital I. And then your chi or chai, depending on whatever way somebody pronounces it, just a capital X, a lowercase x that goes below the line. And then your psi, which is your PS sound, just make a little pitchfork. All right, you're going to make a little pitchfork, and you're going to make a smaller pitchfork down here. It goes below your line. And then finally, omega It's going to come around, almost connecting to like an O, but not quite, and then make almost like a rounded W. Not, oop, there went that. They're not a W that's off like this. So that is how you go about doing your Greek alphabet. I hope this is a help to you, and I look forward to doing the Hebrew one with you next. Thanks.